My name is Dr. Kelly John, and I'm a member of the Hyperacusis Research Scientific Advisory Board. I'm also a researcher and a licensed audiologist working at the University of Texas at Dallas, where I direct the neuroaudiology laboratory. In our lab, we are interested in studying ways to diagnose and treat hyperacusis. I want to start off by providing a general definition of hyperacusis. So, hyperacusis is a condition where sufferers have extreme difficulty tolerating sounds that are perceived by normal to the majority of people. Here at Hyperacusis Research, we like to differentiate between two main subtypes of hyperacusis. The first subtype is called pain hyperacusis, and you also might hear it referred to as noxicusis. And the second subtype is called loudness hyperacusis. Pain hyperacusis occurs when a person experiences severe pain when they hear ordinary sounds. Patients often describe this pain as something like an ice pick or a razor scraping their ear canal, or even similar to the burning sensation that you might experience if you have an open wound. On the other hand, loudness hyperacusis occurs when everyday sounds are perceived as unbearably loud. So this is more like the volume of the world has been turned way up instead of a severe physical pain. We don't know the underlying cause of either pain hyperacusis or loudness hyperacusis, but we do know that these symptoms often develop after exposure to high levels of noise, to ototoxic medications that can damage the cells in the inner ear, after someone has a virus, or even after head injuries. As you can imagine, it can be quite debilitating to experience severe pain or discomfort when you hear common sounds. And so we recently conducted a study in our laboratory where we interviewed individuals who experience severe physical pain when they hear sounds to try to understand more about what it feels like to live with this condition and how this condition affects their lives. We learned a lot of different things in this study about pain hyperacusis, but one of the most interesting findings from that study that I want to point out today is that every single participant in this study reported that they have a lack of empathy and support from important people in their lives. And what's really important about this finding is that this lack of empathy and support doesn't just stem from their friends and family. This is also a problem when they talk about healthcare professionals that they've seen to help them navigate and manage the condition. And so, without understanding the underlying cause of hyperacusis, these healthcare providers are going to continue to be at a loss for what to do with these patients. And these patients are going to continue to leave the clinic having very little hope for their future. And so researchers in our lab and around the world are working very hard to try to understand the underlying causes of hyperacusis and to develop successful treatment that can help these individuals to reestablish a healthy and happy quality of life. A primary mission of the Hyperacusis Research Organization is to facilitate and support biomedical research, which will lead to novel and effective therapies for treating hyperacusis. However, we can't continue to support innovative research without your help. Donations are crucial for maintaining the strong hyperacusis grant program that we have so that innovative research can continue to be initiated across the globe and so that we can continue to encourage promising researchers to pursue a career in hyperacusis research. Thank you so much for your time and for your support.
Hi, I'm Megan Beers-Wood. I research noise-induced hearing loss, pain hyperacusis, and the immune system of the cochlea. First, a little bit about me. I have a PhD in immunology from Emory University, and then I went on to start hearing research with Jen Zwo at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And then I have come to do a postdoc here at Johns Hopkins with Paul Fuchs and Elizabeth Glavatsky. Now, since I've come here, we've been really interested in trying to understand this one type of neuron in the cochlea called type 2 afferent neurons. They don't respond to sound like we would typically expect neurons in the inner ear to do. And so then the question is, what are they there for? What we did find out is that they can respond to tissue damage. And one of our more recent papers showed that they're more hyperactive after noise damage to the cochlea. And so this brought up an idea that these neurons may be acting as pain sensing neurons, because pain sensing neurons often respond to tissue damage. But it also brought up a lot of unique questions that need to be answered. And one of those questions is, is there a way that these type 2 afferent neurons could be at all a mechanism for painful hyperacusis? Well, to be able to study that, we first have to develop some way to tell whether an animal model can be in pain when it's listening to sound. And this was kind of a lofty dream of mine to do, but we didn't have any direct grant money to do so. And the emerging research grant from the Hearing Health Foundation allowed me to try to develop that assay, and we're currently writing it up for publication now. This assay allows us to tell whether an animal is in pain, number one, and also that very loud levels of sound can cause pain in a normal animal. So now we'll be able to test different interventions to see whether an animal can be in pain to lower levels of sound, which directly can answer some questions about mechanisms for painful hyperacusis. This would not have been possible without the Emerging Research Grant. And on a more personal note, the funding that I got from the Emerging Research Grant allowed me to have feedback on my grant writing, which is incredibly helpful for my future. And it's also allowed me to get my next job and start my own laboratory at Vanderbilt University in this coming spring. And these ideas that I was able to fund through this grant mechanism are really forming the basis of what I will continue to study in the near future. Thank you so much.
Sound is everywhere. You know, it's like air, you can't escape it.
For the last 18 months, this has pretty much been Karen's life. Alone, in silence and in pain, shut away from her young family, watching the world go by from her window.
My house is a prison. Sound keeps me prisoner.
Everyday sounds like the wind in the trees, passing traffic, or even her children playing causes Karen crippling pain.
Something as beautiful as my children's laughter and hearing their voices is torture for me.
18 months ago, Karen's life turned upside down when she developed a debilitating hearing condition called hyperacusis. There are different types, but hers means sound causes excruciating pain and is accompanied by tinnitus.
It's like somebody poured burning lava into my ears. And my head burns, pain all over my head, pressure behind my eyes, like a migraine type pain, but all through my face. Pressure, like you just want to sort of split your face open and release the pressure. So I'm in constant pain, constant pain.
But Karen hasn't been able to find any treatment that eases the pain. She wears earplugs and defenders even when she's at home alone. Her only way to communicate, through whispers.
Just tell us what impact this has had on your life. Devastating. Devastating. I miss being a mum. I miss the clatter and the noise when they come in from school. I miss just life. I sat watching them through the window, opening their Christmas presents. Because it was too loud for me to be in the room with them. And they'd come up to the window and show me. It's completely erased me.
What's been the hardest part for you?
It's losing my best friend.
Happy birthday to you.
Life is an adventure. We just go out, no plans, we just go out for the day. Wherever we ended up, fantastic. Travelling of any description. We bought a caravan during COVID, hiking, taking the boys to football matches, any excuse to get out and about, that was us. Everything that we knew as a family has changed.
The NHS says reintroducing sounds like white noise can help build back tolerance for some with the condition, but for others like Karen, there's very little that provides relief.
For pain hyperacusis, there really is no treatment available. I mean, for me, time, quiet environments, and really just avoiding loud noise is the key to managing it and not making it worse.
The pain and mental torment of isolation is taking its toll.
Honestly, if I didn't have children, I'd have given up. but we're going to try and find someone, anyone who might be able to help. I'll try anything and everything before I give up.